We're going to start this lecture series by asking 4 basic questions about how you can improve both diet and exercise. So hopefully after this, you'll have a general understanding of what can impact both and what you should do to make why you should take a couple steps forward in improving them. The first question I'm going to ask is around weight loss. What makes the biggest change of the scale? And the answer might surprise you, because it's diet. Diet is easier to control, and it changes the amount of calories that you burn. Calories, although it's much more complicated than simple math, it is easy to think about a simple math equation when it comes to it. So for example, let's take broccoli versus cake. It's a lot easier to eat 1,000 calories of cake, to overeat, than it is to eat 1,000 calories of broccoli. And if you took just a piece of that cake and let's say a 1,000 calorie slice, which is actually quite easy to do, it would take you taking my CX Works class and a cardio class on top of it to work off that 1,000 calories. So it's much easier. It's very difficult to out-exercise a bad diet. So it's easiest to change the scale by controlling what you eat. That says it's easier to maintain once you are in that increased metabolism to sustain that weight loss. Next question is around energy level. What impacts it more, diet or exercise? And the answer might slightly surprise you, or maybe not. Exercise. Exercise overall, especially recurring exercise, has a huge impact on improving your cardiovascular system. So let's take, for example, energy and how you produce it. There's actually more than 30 studies on energy level and how it impacts you. Just so, if we just took an example of one, there is multiple studies around HIIT. So HIIT would be the smallest exercise that you could do in a short period of time to have the biggest difference. And multiple studies said just a single high impact training would improve cognitive abilities and cognitive performance. Just one for more than 2 days. It's pretty impressive when you think about it. So it's important to get out there and get your body moving. Heart disease. Heart disease is one that's kind of a trick question, because the answer is both diet and exercise impact it. Exercise is critical for keeping your blood sugar consistent and stable. Exercise also can help with bad cholesterol and controlling your blood pressure. So all that said, exercise is very vital. But when it comes to cholesterol, there's a couple of myths. And I just want to hit on one myth, and that is saturated fat. So this is actually going to be the next piece of our lecture series around fat, but it's funny how things change. 1982, there was a sad face with bacon on the cover of Time magazine. Hop to 2014, scientific studies debunking that, and a stick of butter. I know it's hard to tell, but that's a pearl of butter. So, heart disease still is about what you eat also. Next and last is depression. When it comes to depression, you have to start thinking about what impacts that more. It's kind of surprising that it's all around exercise. Exercise, and we talked about high impact exercise for on the energy level, but even walking when it comes to depression, even just a short walk, so parking a little bit farther away and walking into the building, just a minimum dose of 10 to 20 minutes of walking has enough to perk your mood for 12 hours. That's a pretty significant difference also. So if you think about that, if I can change my mood for 12 hours, there's absolutely no reason why you shouldn't park a little farther at the grocery store or a little farther away before you're walking into the office. Another study that I really liked because it kind of called out even more, and that's revolving around your group exercise and having a significant well-being. And it's pretty impressive. And obviously you can't read that PubMed article, but significant. It's rare that you see scientific studies that use words like significant change of positive well-being, because that's a lot more factors than just depression. That's exercise impacting your overall mood altogether. So just to kind of review, a healthy balance of lifestyle around diet and exercise is important. I hope I convinced you to take a couple steps forward in both diet and exercise in your life. Exercise delivers more benefits than just weight loss, so you shouldn't be going to the gym just because you want to lose weight. And weight loss has the most impact on your diet. So my challenge to you is to do two things. One, what are you going to do today to take a small step in your diet improvement, whether that's add extra helping of vegetables or just changing out something that you used to do. And the last is one step towards exercise. And I challenge you to park just a little bit farther away or to walk a little bit more, because both of those will have a drastic impact on your overall health, keeping your metabolism high and staying active.